What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It is the first day of May, and here we are sitting at about $78,000, just below there now. We hit about 78.1K not but a minute ago. We have roughly, I think, 10 hours, 11 hours left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Yes, it is the month of May, and sell in May and go away is being rubbed in everybody's face right now. We are pumping a little bit. Um, Sell in May go away, I'm sure will more or less work out. My expectation is that the first half of May will be the bloodbath everybody's looking for, but the second half is going to be the part where we probably come back up. If I'm wrong, if instead this part here is whenever we start to rally, if the beginning half of May is when we rally, then let's see, from a high to a low, all we need to do basically is I mean, really, I would say closing above this daily high, closing above 78.6K, that would make me bullish again. I would definitely be bullish if we closed up here. Depends on how we do it. You know, if we closed a daily time frame above this high here and the volume was lesser, I wouldn't really be too bullish. Maybe we could expect a slightly higher high, something like that, like a rounded off top. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't be that impressive. If we move up here and volume is building a little bit, but it's not eccentric, if we get a lot of volume, if we saw volume like this, but all we had was a move like this, I don't know if that would be a good thing. But if we saw volume just gradually increasing as we're moving up like that, I think that would be good. So, anyways, 78K. Because if you get a lot of volume, you want a big move. You want to break out. You don't want to just be in the same area. Let's look at the short term stuff, and then we'll zoom out. I've got a new microphone, so I'm hoping, sound check. Everything is running well. That old mic, man, just got beat up. It got beat up, and that's what you get whenever you have a house with a toddler. Well, she's not a toddler anymore. She's four. But anyways, $78,000 right now. 11 hours left in the day. Let's get into it. 1 hour time frame here. Volume's increasing. It's actually looking pretty good. See, like, this is a good example of what I was just talking about on the daily time frame. We've got this kind of flat top. We've got excessive volume coming in, and that was an appropriate move to back that up. So that's good. That is kind of like a breakout move. This could imply that we go higher. It's quite possible that we stop here, and the reason why I have suspicions that we do stop here, at least momentarily, is that if we take this high to low here, you can see that we're right in the golden ratio zone. Now, from a high to a low, typically, and when I say typically, I mean like 90% of the time, you don't go from your, well, okay, that's not what I meant to do. The mic is not glitching out anymore, but TradingView is still glitching out. From a high to a low, typically what you do is you'll find resistance the first time that you hit the golden ratio zone. You'll come back down to this area, find support, and then continue to move up, or maybe you find resistance to the golden ratio, or maybe you don't find support here at all and you just continue to go down. So there's a few different avenues that we could go here. Things are looking bullish for the time being, so it's quite possible. It is quite possible that we could go above these highs. I'm still sticking with the call that these are the highs, but if we do go a little bit higher, whatever, I'll take that L, that momentary L, and then we will likely come back down afterwards. Maybe that'll be the ultimate capitulation event. Everybody is expecting sell in May to go away to be a thing, and we pump in the beginning part of May instead of dumping in the beginning part of May. Maybe that's exactly what happens. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame here, the levels of volume that we're seeing right now are pretty comparable to everything that we've seen backing up these moves here. So this, I mean, whenever we saw this level of volume last time, we were at a low point. The time before that, we were at a relative low point, but we still went lower afterwards. The time before that, we were at a relative high point. So definitely likely at a pivotal moment here, and I do expect that we'll pull back. But the question is, do we pull back a little bit? Do we find support and move up, or is this the end of our run here? It's quite possible that it is the end of our run. Looking at these indicators, the RSI looks fierce. We had some nice higher lows here. Now we're up in the overbought zone. Pretty strong readings. We do not have hidden bearish divergence. Stochastics look good. The MACD looks good. You did have bearish divergence on the MACD. We got 30 seconds left in this hour. This hour closes here, and that bearish divergence goes away entirely. So good job. It definitely looks like that's going to happen. And bearish divergence going away, MACD looking bullish like that, volume building. I mean, there's definitely some bullish things going on here, you guys. There's definitely some positive things happening. But It'll be interesting to see what happens next. I'm still cautious at these levels. The main reason why I'm cautious is because, again, from a high to a low, golden ratio, I would, okay, hold on. I would expect that we do find resistance here. Um, we could go a little bit higher. In these rare instances where we do push through the golden ratio on the first attempt, you typically don't get past the 786, 886. So if we go up here, the reaction down will just be more. It'll be a larger move down. Where from here it would be a lesser move down, but still more or less this same area, if not down to the 236, something like that. We get below the 236, we get below $76,000, and at that point, it's very likely that we do go below this low. So if you're a bull, what you want to see is consistent hourly closes above 77K. You don't want to get above 77.7K. If you don't want things to look bearish, you don't want to close below 76.6K. Hold above 76.6K. Don't close below there if you're a bull. If you're a bear, obviously you want to close below 76.6K, and really 76K itself, closing below there would be that final nail in the coffin that would send us lower. If we do happen to close above 79K at all, the likelihood that we go to 80.7K to 82.5K is large. The likelihood is very, very prominent there. Okay. The likelihood is very likely. I don't know how else to phrase that. The 4-hour time frame here, looking at this, the RSI. Now here, I was assuming, because we had all these lower highs, I was assuming that we'd come down. But man, the fact that and we didn't even hit the oversold zone yet. There was like a point where we were right here or right here. It looked like we were going to come down because we kind of had that trajectory there, and we haven't been oversold yet. But the fact that we're up here is pretty impressive actually. Within this 4-hour candle here, actually now that I'm looking at it, hold on, wait, this actually might make a lot of sense. Yeah, yeah. We've got 3 hours left in this 4-hour candle. If this 4-hour can come down and close, it doesn't even need to close red, but if it can close somewhere around where it opened, or if it can come down and close red, that would be a very bearish signal actually. So if this 4-hour candle can close here, great. But if it comes back down, we're only up 0.8% in this 4-hour candle. We've got 3 hours left in it. If we come down and close neutral or red, that actually would come in line pretty well with these rejection points here. Because I know the RSI is pointed up right now, but if we look here, it opened right at this point here. So if you were just slightly green, you'd actually be right at this line to reject. That actually would look bad. Rejecting off the overbought zone itself is bad too. But the positive there would be that we have higher highs. We're not really in a downtrend anymore. It would be a better look, I think, to close at these levels or higher. But looking at this 4-hour candle, I'm going to call it. I bet over the next 3 hours we do see this come back down around 77.5K. We probably do go lower if I had to guess. MACD had some bullish divergence as well, building bullish momentum. You're at the 0 level. This could be a point of which you reject. Stochastics are overbought. This could be a point of which you reject. I'm sticking with the downside. I'm not expecting today. What I'm really not expecting is that we do anything like this. That's not what I'm expecting. We might be getting set up here because it is Friday. We might be getting set up for a Friday close where we're kind of up around 77K, but then a weekend dump. We leave a gap. That would be interesting to see. Those weekend dumps have been very reliable. We've been playing off of those weekend dumps. Here we had a weekend dump. We were long because of that. Here, if it would let me, we had a weekend dump. We were long because of that as well. I wonder if we had a weekend dump here, if that would just be a psyop, or if going long would also work out in that kind of endeavor. We'll see. In other words, the 1 hour is very bullish. The 4-hour is also bullish, but depending on where this candle closes, that could actually set it up for a bearish reversal here around these levels, or continuation. If you can close here or higher, I actually think you look really good, but if you do come back down and close this candle to a more neutral effect, you leave behind a big wick, or you even close red, it definitely would be a reversal signal, in my opinion, and that could likely imply that we go below this low. I would imagine if we go below this low, we see 74 to 73K. Looking at this on the daily time frame, Daily time frame here. Volume's just dying off, guys. I mean, I don't like the look of it. I don't like the look of it because of this rounding top. We're just still rounding it. I mean, we can get a lower high, whatever. We could get a higher high and still this rounding structure is there as long as it's not like exuberant. I think that with these kind of environments, it's important to note that when we do drop, it's typically a quick stab down. So I mean, if we got a quick stab down over the weekend, that would be an interesting. Depending on how big the drop is, like these drops here, this drop over the weekend, this drop over the weekend, it wasn't that big, so we filled the gap. But we go all the way back here to this Friday here. This drop over the weekend was a lot bigger. If we see a large drop over the weekend, that gap it's less likely to fill. I don't know how much sense that makes, but that's just based off my experience there. The daily RSI, if we're looking at this, higher lows, yes, higher lows right there. That's actually right where you should bounce. It's kind of nice, actually. It looks kind of good. You continue to reject the overbought zone and you've rolled over here. It'll be interesting to see if you can get above this, man. If we can get the daily RSI to close above this like kind of lower high trend here, that would be very very incriminating that the bulls are going to take over and that we actually might see prices in the 80Ks, in the 80,000 level. I'm still not there, but there's definitely signs. There's things to get excited about. The stochastics here are bouncing off the 50. That's nice, but what's not nice is that the blue line is so far away from the orange line. Typically, when you get this kind of separation, you do stall. Like here, blue line was far away from the orange line. We look at kind of what was going on there. Did we go higher? Yes, we did, but just a little bit, and then we actually came back down below where this close was when the blue line was separated, right? There was this day that caused that separation. We did move up. We saw Bitcoin move up 6.3%. I mean, 6.3% from here, effectively. That would take us to like 83K. It's possible, man. It's definitely possible that we could go a little bit into the 80s, but I'm still not there. But either way, again, whether this is the top here at 79.5K, whether it's the top here at 83K, we're in this topping area right now of this overall move up. I think that would be hilarious, man. We pump up, we get the higher high, everybody gets freaked out, and then we dump down. I think that would be hilarious. The MACD, bearish divergence, you're building bearish momentum, but today we'd actually stave that off. There's good things on the daily time frame, man. It depends on how today closes. We got 10 hours, 52 minutes left. Let's not get too excited, but depending on how today closes, we could definitely take a more bullish shape. I mean, I would go as far as saying if we can close here today, if we can close above $77,500 today, it might be time to start calling for higher highs. It might be time to start calling for higher highs, but I'm just not there yet. I want to see what's going on. Bitcoin's been tricky in this range. It's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down, up, down. It's been doing its thing. So let's just see how it plays out. Let's give it till the end of the day, and then tomorrow I can make that video. On that note, tomorrow, my friends, I will be leaving. I will be on my first day of travel. I'll be gone from the 2nd to the 12th. I think I'm gone for like 10 days. So I will be back on the 12th. I will likely not make too many videos on the time that I'm gone, or during the time that I'm gone, but I will definitely try to make maybe at least one video a day or something like that just to check in. But I'm going on vacation with the family, and yeah, with that, I might just not do any work at all. So hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. And good luck also, because when I go on vacation, typically when I leave, whenever I travel, the market's dumb. I leave tomorrow. We'll see. All right, bye-bye.